8:49 a.m. There was a time in my life when I was probably coming home from the bar at this time of the hour, and I never really probably would have thought that by the time I'm like in my 40s, this will be the time of the day that I'll be going to work. Actually, when I was 18, I didn't even really think about working, period. Weird how life changes. But what's up today? Well, I get a phone call at, I don't know, it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah, total need someone to take out a 400. I'm like, okay, well, yeah. Sure, I know how to handle that. And it's going to the forestry trunk, 734, out by Nordic. The directions were, we're going to the, shit, did he say south or north? Jungle! I know, it sounds like a crazy place. My wife's like, is that in the jungle? I'm like, no. I'm like, it sounds like it should be, but I'm not going to remember until I probably turn on to it. We don't do a lot of work in that area anymore. It's been eons since I've been off of the trunk road anywhere. So, but anyways, the real kicker is I'm just going to bed load the tank. I'm like, I'm not taking a trailer to go out in the bush like that. The Chungo is pretty crazy. So you'd be decking off at the beginning of the trunk anyways and ditching the trailer. But the other kicker is that it's got to go under the bridge that is what is it? I don't know if it's 4-9 or if it's 5, but we don't make 5-1. Like, I'm skidding by just to make 5-2s with our trailers. Like, total, probably. Could make it. On their low boys, like, they're set up 2-hole 400s at the lowest point possible. The only way we could get close to that is if we use the picker low boy. But it is out there, because I have to see if I can pin onto it and bring it back. It's out in Nordic because the picker's out there doing something else. So they're like, hey, have you ever used skates or the wheels on the tank so you can kick off the tank and put wheels on it and then tow it behind the truck for stuff like this where there's a height restriction and you couldn't like bed load it. I've used them lots to get tanks into shops and stuff. I've never used them to go across the bridge, but back in the day everybody used to go out that way because to go all the way around is like 2 hours extra, probably somewhere in there. So people would just deck down and whatever and drag loads across the bridge and load them back up, chain them down, carry on. But now there's a sign, not them.
Do this, don't do that, can't you read the sign?
Well, there's an extra half hour. I'll have to be up extra early. But the county really doesn't like it when you drag skids across their bridge. Which is understandable. It's not designed for it. But us rig movers and us winch hands are just like, oh yeah, no problem, we'll just kick this off and drag it across. Problem solved. I've actually never dragged anything across the bridge, so I'm like, it'll be a first for me too. I'm like, hey, we're both learning here, something new. But anyway, stay tuned. We'll go over to total load a tank and then head on out. Be back in a bit. doing here. Wheels, except for tank was bent. That'll allow us to put it down on the ground so we can drag it under the bridge.
rest on there, I'll come up and help you. So head on.
12 wide, 7.5 bridge, one chunk over.
There's a couple of trucks halfway up the hill on what's happening now.
About that.
All the other. Yeah, I was gonna try to back up towards the N2 pump and hope I don't go in the ditch here.
Don't fuck me that.
I don't even know if I got to see it around orientation.
Hey Dave, I'm gonna stop here. Copy, I should be that too. Two heavy empty tank or one on the north circle.
Spun on.
Yeah.
Chains on.
2 sets. And spun out. Spun out again! What kind of result did you think you were going to get without putting on another set?
Yeah, I'll try to come back from the pump here.
What do you even have to tow him with?
Fucking winch.
You're gonna kick this off.
Gotta get around him and get that. Maybe get back on the road there and too and go way back to that tanker, and then we'll let this guy come back and he can do the same thing.
Yeah, copy that.
It's all good.
Yeah, we're back.
Wait. Get back.
Wait.
Here, Haley, right?
Yeah. Sure you.
Bring her back, come right up to me, and then you can like drive ahead, pull over to the right a little bit as much as you're comfortable there. You can see where your buddy's tire tracks are. That pickup at 8, you're at kind of a wide spot. I need to dump this 400.
Yeah, you betcha. There's lots of room here, bud.
Okay. Okay, I'll just pull ahead to your right there.
I've got to build up some air here.
What do you say?
Build up some air. Just push.
I'm good.
Fucking have no air. This fucking tire chains are pretty much fucking spun right off.
Right there.
That's probably good. Just get yourself out and centered there, and I'll come back from here, and we'll just try to do it together. another set chance, so I'll be a minute.
Empty 10 North Junction.
got her inside and let her thaw out. Oh, it was horrible visibility this morning. It was pretty bad. It was like walls of snow. You come out from the tree line, all of a sudden, boom. Couldn't see a thing. I couldn't even tell if I was stopped. This is all froze up and giving me issues, so put it up so it thaw so I can spray it out. Oh, is that another dust cap missing? Ah, son of a bitch. Mess. Yeah, it was so packed in there. I put that down to hook, pin on the trailer. I'm like, that is not going down all the way. Oh well. I don't know what else it is. It's the end of the month. Let's get a tally on how much fuel we burnt, how many days we worked, and how many kilometers. I already went up to the office. 12,885 kilometers. 8,025 liters. 18. It's only 18 days. 13,000 kilometers. 8,000 liters. I gotta go hand that in too. Alright, home, Jeeves. Car's warming. Two. Super sad about this. Pulled the threads right out of it as it fell down. At least I didn't lose the camera. Hopefully I can buy a replacement. I don't know, that looks pretty intricate in there. Didn't break the camera. I'll have to pull these bottom screws out and see what I can find, but that is a metal grill. That broke. It was on top of the D sign skidding that 400 underneath. And it fell off when I started to bang gears there. It got going a little bit too fast, and the gale force winds we had, it blew off, so it off the back of the D sign. It probably landed head first. Boom, or whatever. They said that these threads were pretty chintz, but I was like, I found the stick right away, and I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, there's no camera attached to it, and I couldn't find it. It was back with the glad hands in my block back there in the hole. I was like, oh, thank God, because there was two tank trucks came right behind me. Plus I was like, we could turn around and go down there with the tank on. I'd have to drop the tank, go back, look for it, try to find it. Sad moment. I can always probably jerry rig it somehow to stay on. Could like got this putty that you mesh together with your fingers, and it gets really stinky and then it hardens like a rock. Possibly get it in there, but I'll never trust it again, so we'll see if we can send it in and get it fixed, I hope. Or I can buy the next generation, the newer one, because there's another one out. But these ones were, I think I paid about $500 for this when I bought it, just shy of it, like $450. So that is a sad moment right there. But hey, the footage will be worth it, and I'm just glad I had the camera so I can get the footage. Hopefully it's baller.